Live from the Ed McMahon Center, this is the Q30 News Nightcast.
Good evening, Quinnipiac, and welcome to the Q30 News Nightcast. I'm Quadribba Croffey.
And I'm Marcus Aroon. As Connecticut's gas prices soar, residents are willing to drive over the border to Springfield, where the gas price hovers around a quarter less per gallon. Almost 3 years ago, gas prices topped out as $4.39 per gallon. AAA has some suggestions for making your tank go the distance, keeping the tire pressure constant, air filters clean, and slow down.
With a month left until graduation, the senior class of 2011 has the opportunity to leave behind a legacy. The Senior Class Gift Campaign is a student-led initiative chaired by 20 Quinnipiac seniors. The goal of the initiative is to give the class of 2011 and the university the opportunity to leave their own legacy and celebrate our senior class. Also known as the Leave the Legend campaign, a donation of $20.11 assures that the future of Quinnipiac keeps growing and the class of 2011 is always remembered. According to the Senior Class Gift Committee, the class gift of 2011 will last forever and in turn help future Quinnipiac students follow in our footsteps while enjoying some of the same experience that we've had and at the same time write their own story.
While students are getting ready to study for finals, the State Department of Transportation is preparing to do its own traffic study right here in Hamden. Starting next week, one lane of traffic in front of the Memorial Town Hall on Dixwell Avenue will be closed to traffic. The Connecticut DOT wants to study vehicle and passenger safety as well as the flow of movements of vehicles. Drivers are urged to travel with caution and obey all temporary traffic lane signs during construction. The project is expected to be completed in 4 weeks, well past graduation.
Senator Richard Blumenthal has a plan to ban the sale of menthol cigarettes in the state. According to one market owner, menthol cigarettes are the #1 seller. The senator referred to a recent study indicating menthols are hard to quit because the harshness of the cigarettes is masked. Some smokers say smoking should be a personal choice. And a Bridgeport man faces the death penalty in a trial that kicked off today. Azebo Akar is charged with killing 3 people in New Haven in 2005. Authorities charge Akar with beating 3 victims in an apartment during the drug gang wars in Bridgeport. Coming up on the news, Yale looks to step up safety after the death there last week.
And a volunteer firefighter dies while answering a call. These stories and more are on the way. You're watching Q30 News. We'll be right back.
Tick.
Tick.
Tick. Tick. Tick.
Massive heat waves.
Heat waves.
Tick. Severe droughts.
Tick. Tick.
Tick. Tick. Tick.
Devastating hurricanes.
Tick. Tick. Tick.
Tick. Tick. Tick. Tick.
Our future is up to you.
Tick.
Go to fightglobalwarming.com while there's still time.
They come back to parades, high school bands, and celebrations. We welcome them with open arms as heroes. Their tours of duty are behind them. Their challenges are not. Many will spend longer coming back from the war than they spent in the war. Retraining, searching for jobs, recovering from scars, some visible, some not. Find out what you can do to help at welcomebackveterans.org.
Any questions?
No.
You know.
We're not magicians, we can't read your mind.
We need your questions, each and every kind. Will this react with my other medicine?
Hey, what are all these tests even for? Questions are the answer.
Welcome back. The towns of North Haven and Hamden are starting to conserve energy through solar panels on their schools. School and town officials gathered on Friday at North Haven High School to celebrate the installation of a 4-kilowatt solar panel system at the school. A 5-kilowatt system was installed recently as well at Hamden Middle School. People who signed up for clean energy spend $5 to $9 more a month in their electric bills, but about $4,800 will be saved in energy costs annually.
The woman who falsely accused 3 Duke lacrosse players of rape isn't back in court. this time charged with murder. 32-year-old Crystal Magnum was indicted Monday on first-degree murder and larceny charges. Authorities allege she stabbed her 46-year-old boyfriend, who died after 2 weeks in the hospital. Magnum has had various run-ins with the law since she falsely accused 3 Duke lacrosse players of rape in 2006. She had been hired to perform as a stripper at their party. The federal judge recently ruled those players can pursue a lawsuit against the former district attorney. The remains of 31-year-old Willimantic man was found last weekend in a wooded area off Route 6 and Lake Road. Police say the body of Victor Eleazar had been at the site for several months. His death had been ruled an accident and a result of hypothermia. No other details were released.
Parking meter monetization is back. New Haven aldermen have brought up the idea to lease city parking meters to an out-of-state company for an upfront lump sum payment. They say it's a good idea considering the budget problems New Haven is experiencing, but some councilmen say the plan would put the city in more than $50 million in debt.
Yale University is stepping up their safety procedures for the science labs. This is due to the death that occurred last week to Yale senior Michelle Dufault. My Fox Boston report, Dufault's death was due to her hair getting caught in one of the chemistry lab's equipment machines. A Yale spokesperson told the media additional training is being held so everyone knows all the safety procedures for the equipment. My Fox Boston also reported Yale has been limiting access for students to use equipment during certain hours to prevent accidents.
A member of the Windsor Volunteer Fire Department died on Monday evening after responding to a call at the Windsor Rehabilitation Center. Robert Watts was working the water supply on the scene when he mysteriously collapsed. He was rushed to St. Francis Hospital, where he died later that night. Watts served in the United States Marine Corps from 1982 to 1986. He joined Windsor Volunteer Fire Department in 2003. Funeral arrangements are still pending. He leaves behind 2 children, Alan, who is 17, and Christina, who is 15. Watts was only 50 years old. Coming up after the break, an air traffic controller's mistake had the First Lady sweating bullets, and McDonald's held its first ever National Hiring Day.
And a well-known book could be made up of lies. And there's a new record for the Boston Marathon. Plus, our very own Rebecca Turco has the world news. Keep it turned to Q30 News. We'll be right back.
The odds of a child becoming a professional golfer? 1 in 140,000. The odds of a child being diagnosed with autism? 1 in 150. You know the odds of autism. Now learn the signs. Go to autismspeaks.org.
Gotta get that. Oh, I must be careful there. Well, that's a nice picture.
Come on, Anna.
Okay.
Foreclosure doesn't affect just you. It affects your whole family, too. If you've fallen behind on your mortgage, we can help. Call 1-888-995-HOPE, because nothing is worse than doing nothing.
This is a family that was almost fed by neighbors who almost volunteered to help them out. Almost volunteered. When it comes to giving, almost doesn't count.
Welcome back. NASA's next to last takeoff will begin April 29th. The crew will fly to the International Space Station to deliver the $2 billion physics experiment. The launch will be led by Mark Kelly, who is the husband of Congresswoman Gabrielle Giffords. Though Giffords was shot 3 months ago, Kelly wants his wife to attend the launch. He is currently waiting for doctor's approval. And Kenyan Godfrey Mutai recorded the fastest time of any major marathon at the Boston Marathon on Monday with an incredible time of 2 hours, 3 minutes, and 59 seconds. The Boston Athletic Association, who organized the Boston Marathon, say that though Mutai's time is the all-time fastest marathon ever, it cannot be counted as a world record because the Boston course is not record eligible. The record is still being held by Ethiopian Haile Gebrselassie, who finished the Berlin Marathon in 2 hours, 3 minutes, and 59 seconds. Mutai would have captured the record by 55 seconds.
The author of a New York Times bestseller, 3 Cups of Tea, is in hot water. Greg Mortensen appeared on CBS where he was confronted about the facts of his book. The book is based on Mortensen's attempt to climb the world's second highest peak and his experiences building schools in Pakistan villages. The author faced claims that the schools built by his nonprofit organization either don't exist or are built by another organization. Mortensen admits that some factual errors are from his lack of journalistic experience and note-taking. He said certain parts of the memoir were left out or compressed in order to fit them in one book.
Yesterday, the First Lady's plane came dangerously close to a military cargo jet, all because of air traffic controller's mistake. The FAA says the 737 came within 3 miles of a military plane when 5 miles is the required distance in order to avoid dangerous wake turbulence. The incident is being investigated as a possible error by controllers at the regional facility in Warrenton, Pennsylvania. Recent episodes with controllers have sent officials scrambling to ensure that public is safe during air travel.
America's first offshore wind farm is officially coming to Massachusetts. A federal agency approved construction and operation plans for the proposed 130-turbine farm. The farm will be constructed in Nantucket Sound and will create 600 to 1,000 jobs. The cost, $2.62 billion, are needed to build the wind farm, and it will provide power to 200,000 homes in average winds. Work on the project should begin as early as this fall. Just stubbed your toe? Well, don't be afraid to let the swear words fly. Researchers have found cursing helps to dull our perception of pain. In a study from the UK's Keele University, participants were asked to stick their hand in a container of cold water while continuously swearing. Researchers found the participants were able to keep their hand under the water longer when swearing as opposed to when they weren't using profanity. So next time, fight the pain of that stubbed toe with your favorite swear word.
And it wasn't just Happy Meals putting a smile on people's faces at McDonald's yesterday. Thousands showed up to restaurants nationwide to apply for jobs in the first National Hiring Day. With 13 million Americans looking for jobs, McDonald's says their National Hiring Day will boost the economy. Industry experts say the real reason for the hiring campaign was to portray the fast food chain as a good employer.
Getting back to that air traffic controller story, I can't believe that that would happen, especially to the First Lady.
You think that everything with, anything that happens with any, the First Lady, the President, that they have checked it time and time again. But, things happen. I know air traffic control, like my dad works at JFK, so they're all over it every second of every day. Whenever like the President or the First Lady are flying in.
Right.
But, stuff happens, so it's very interesting that that actually would happen.